Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raw. Your host, Henry Jacobson here, and this show is brought to you by THQ. And I'll tell you what, this first match is going to be a very brutal match as it is, so stay tuned and enjoy if you can. And also make sure you get the kids out of the room, because this might not be a good thing for kids. So you have the Prophet, and of course, what would this be without his opponent? And here he is. One thing I want to mention is that not too long ago, at least as of the time that this is being recorded, Sonic... Oh yeah, I can smell what The Rock is cooking. But no, recently, Sonic has celebrated his 9th anniversary in terms of his video game that first debuted in 1991. And I will say this, I remember, I remember when that game came out. At first I didn't think that Sonic was going to survive against the likes of Mario, because, Mario, at that point, he was the star. Although, I will give Sonic a lot of credit for taking a stab at Mario, but I also applaud the fact that, they came together for a common reason, and that's to counteract the actions of Doom. Forgive me, I have a little bit of gas here. But, yeah, Sonic celebrating his 9th anniversary not too long ago. But then you have this man. The man, or rather, the most electrifying man in all of sports and entertainment, The Rock. And I'll tell you what, The Rock is ready to fight. The Rock is always ready. But you know what? I would have to think that so is this man, as he is about to make his way. Well, I'll tell you what, I give you the man formerly known as Triple H, although to be fair, when he first debuted, he debuted under his current name, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He changed his name to Triple H, and now he's changed it back to Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So Helmsley, as you can see, is he's a very, very confident wrestler, especially for a man his age. I mean, you would think that a man his age would know his place, but you know what? He feels like he is owed something. Well, I'll tell you what, Triple H, or excuse me, I should say Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Well, Helmsley, if you think that the world owes you something, well, guess what? You're gonna have to take it because no one is giving you anything. That much I can tell you. But you know what? I remember when he first debuted, I was still wrestling at the time, but, you know, Triple H, or rather, I gotta get used to saying Helmsley again, but you know, Helmsley, when he first came in, he was, you know, I don't want to say he was struggling, but, you know, he did pretty well against some of the not so good wrestlers, but then when he got up to some of the upper echelon talent, he did not last very long. In fact, he didn't fare too well. Anyway, match underway, as we have two feuds going on at once, and folks, this is a brutal match, and here's why. This is a first blood match, elimination style. If you are busted open, you are out. The last man that is not busted open, or bleeding, I should say, is the one that wins the match and is going to get himself a shot at a championship. And it will be, well, it depends on who wins. You see, because if Sonic wins, he gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And if either The Rock, Helmsley, or The Prophet win, then that person is going to get a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship later on tonight. So, if Sonic wins, like I said, he will get himself an Intercontinental Championship shot, mainly out of respect for his brethren, Link. You know, because Link is the World Wrestling Federation Champion, so I would think that Sonic would... I would think that Sonic would have a lot more respect for that, and he does. That much I do know. Anyway, naturally the Prophet and Sonic going after each other, and naturally The Rock and Helmsley just gonna beat the hell out of each other. At least until one of these two pairs ends up getting busted open. But other than that, there are no other rules. In fact, you can't win by pinfall. You cannot win by submission. You can't even win or lose by count out or disqualification. And although falls may count anywhere, there are no falls because technically you're trying to bust your opponent open, as the Prophet is now trying to go right after The Rock. I guess he felt that The Rock was in a compromising position, which he was. So, that much I can say. And then a kick right to the leg of Sonic. Then a clothesline onto the Prophet as The Rock goes after the Prophet. And now Hunter Hearst Helmsley now taking down the table. Oh, and an elbow right to the head of The Rock. So these guys are targeting the head. So that's where you have to target in order to get somebody busted open. And uh-oh, Sonic is pissed. You all know what happens when you piss off Sonic. He starts going into super speed mode. And I don't care how good you are, if you're not able to keep up with Sonic, yeah, Sonic is going to run circles all over you. It doesn't matter how big you are. He's going to find a way to take you down one way or the other. I mean, because we've seen what he has done to Dr. Robotnik. And, wait a minute, what's The Rock doing? Oh my god, are you serious? The Rock is... No way. The prophecy onto the Prophet? I have never seen that before. That is just ludicrous, really. Well, now The Rock is just going to pound away on the Prophet. And I'm surprised the Prophet isn't busted open yet, but that's the objective. You don't want to get busted open or start bleeding, as the official saying is. And out goes Sonic over the top rope and onto the floor. So it looks like The Rock and Prophet are now going to fight each other, as Helmsley and Sonic are going to do the same as well. And uh-oh, the Prophet, I've seen him do this many times throughout his career. And a power slam, and okay guys, what are you doing on the table? Well, whatever Triple H or Hunter Hearst Helmsley and Sonic were doing on the table, uh-oh, Sonic is in deep trouble. Look at this. And oh no, he's gonna go for the pedigree. Right through the table, my God. And meanwhile, in the ring, the prophecy onto the Rock from the originator. Wait, what? Oh, well, the result of that pedigree just busted open Sonic, so Sonic is bleeding at this moment. So Sonic he's finished. And wait, what happened to the Prophet? Well, there's Sonic, so he's out, and so is the Prophet, so... Well, now it's going to come down to these two men, and these two men are currently in a feud. As far as the feud between Sonic and the Prophet, that will still continue. But for this feud, someone is going to win, and someone is going to lose. The question is, who's going to win and who's going to lose? We're down to The Rock and Helmsley. And we all know how much these two men absolutely hate each other. As Helmsley is just beating down The Rock, but The Rock is still not busted open. And a back body drop onto The Rock. Now wait, a submission, a Boston Crab, that's not going to do it. I mean, Triple H, or I have to get used to calling him Helmsley, Hunter Hearst Helmsley again. It's a force of habit, I will say. Now Helmsley, he can tap out all he wants, but that's not going to get the job done. I mean, yeah. So The Rock realizes this, but I suppose The Rock was thinking of weakening Hunter Hearst Helmsley just enough so that he could set up for the final blow. But right now, Hunter Hearst Helmsley just going to go up to the top of the turnbuckle and just pound away on The Rock's head. Although The Rock just shoved him down. A snapmare and an elbow right to the head. A neck breaker. Let me just turn up the volume just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, wait a minute. What's Triple H doing? Or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I should say. I'm not sure what Hunter Hearst... Oh, wait a minute. He's getting those steps. Although The Rock literally beat him to the punch there. And throws him back inside the ring. Although Helmsley is able to greet The Rock before The Rock could do anything. A snapmare and an elbow right to the back of the neck. And now, wait, what's The Rock doing? Uh-oh, he's getting those steel steps, and he's going to use them. Oh, but Triple H or Hunter Hearst Helmsley stopped him before he could do it. Nope, The Rock stops him. Who's going to get it first? Who's going to get it? Nope, Helmsley has it. Oh, and he just used it on The Rock, and that busted him open. So Hunter Hearst Helmsley manages to get the best of The Rock tonight. So, your winner, by first blood, of everybody except this man, and that man is Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and The Rock is now a bloody mess, but that's exactly the point of this match. But Hunter Hearst Helmsley has done it, and he is going to get himself a World Wrestling Federation Championship match against Link. So while Link may have the advantage of having been rested, the only thing that Triple H has going for him is that he's a little bit warmed up, but he may be fatigued. I don't know. We'll see if that comes into play later on tonight. Stay tuned for more matches. They will be coming up right after this.